grateful. From time to time, I remember, and it feels good. It's like, man, this feels good to be able to do what I want to do when I want to do it. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good feeling, bro. That's a good feeling.
Yes, sir.
It's good feeling.
And so I ain't never been a voter. I ain't never voted before.
You never voted before?
Never voted before.
Okay.
I don't believe in that process.
Okay.
And
all right.
I had that attitude while school history class gave me that attitude.
Why you had that attitude?
Because in history class or in Black History Month or history class, the combination of both, I was taught that when Black folk were able to vote, the people in charge of counting the votes and taking the votes discarded them.
True.
So I was like, well, that hasn't changed today. The people that vote today, you don't know who's counting the votes.
Yeah.
It's been proven during the Bush administration that there were votes found floating in Florida.
Okay.
Trump administration, he said they stole the vote. They didn't count what they were supposed to do.
Right.
Just about every administration, one opponent, one says, something went wrong with the voting.
Right.
So that in conjunction with the Electoral College. If your vote counted, what's the point of the Electoral College?
Yeah, that I had problems with that part too, because I listened to that electoral college, and I say, what's the whole point of that too? But
so I was gung-ho about not voting, telling people votes don't count and not voting is pointless or whatnot. But then I ran across a Facebook associate kind of explained it in a way that I could agree with. It's not particularly about voting or casting a vote. It's about showing up in numbers and making a voice, making a sound. Like here today, Black people get on social media or any platform and make noise.
Right.
Loud enough to where people pay attention.
Okay.
And then those people decide if it's economically beneficial to them.
Okay.
And I think that's what they base everything off of.
Yeah.
If it don't benefit them, then we don't care how much noise you're making. You could do it till you fall asleep. We're going to do this.
I agree with that. There's a lot of people that definitely think that way. Actually, I think majority of the people think that way.
Well, I don't know, because there's a bunch of people, voters out there that are diehard believers in your vote count.
Well, I'll put it to you like this. Most of the people that was on the programs, I say any government program, most of the time they don't vote. They just a beneficiary of somebody else voting. And the people that vote don't even get no benefits out of voting. I could truly say, out of all the presidents that ever been in office, only one that did something for me, and that was Ronald Reagan. And the only time he did something for me when the Iran-Contra scandal, because I was in them streets. I was a pharmaceuticist.
Okay.
A street pharmacist, you want to say.
Yeah.
So, and that's nothing to be proud of, but it was something I had to do at that point in time in my life. But that's the only time I can say a president ever did something for me, except for Trump right now. And I'm going to get flack for this, because I knew Trump the first time he got in. I said, this dude going to get in. He got in. I talked to a guy on the job. He put me on game. He said, look, a lot of people don't know this. When the Republicans get in, the stock market going to do good. Democrats get in, everything going to look bad. Everybody should know the game by now. When he told me that, I said, say less. So Trump did his thing. I made a little money. I positioned myself. When he got out, I positioned myself. I said, all right, he coming back. All right, I'm going to really cake up this time. So it's about knowing how the game is.
That's
now,
right.
My new saying I like to say to people, love the game, strive to understand the player. For my intellectuals, ascertain the player.
Mm-hmm.
That means fully understand my people out there. They don't understand what ascertain means.
And don't rely on mass media because they're gonna lead you in a direction they want you to think.
It's a distraction.
Exactly. And for the ones who say president ain't never done nothing for them, they wasn't saying that when Trump was in office the first time and they was getting them checks. You know what I'm saying? And just because they didn't utilize them checks in a beneficial way, they just threw money to the wind. You know, it is what it is.
And I got one on that one. When they threw them checks out, I was working for Walmart distribution. Anybody that worked there, they know you gotta have a goal to keep up with that job. Because you're gonna want to quit. You're gonna have to have child support or admission. Oh, I'm getting a house built, something like that. That you saying, oh, I'm gonna adore this every day. But the point I wanted to get to, when COVID came through, we was essential workers. I couldn't even spend the money I was making. But I was like, you know what? I'm banking this. Right now, I'm trying to make this work for me. Now, I didn't know I was gonna lose my job.
Right.
But mistakes happen. So I lost my job. I said, all right, I'm gonna take this money, I'm gonna cake it. Cause I know Trump about to get back in office. That stimulus, I ain't get a chance to spend my stimulus.
Okay.
So I'm gonna make that stimulus have babies.
Okay. I did both my checks in the stock market.
Okay.
I ain't even see it.
Right.
I just, there we go. It's time to invest.
There you go.
See if I can, make it have babies, like you said.
There you go.
Shoot. I ain't seen it. Shoot. Anyway.
And check this out. Them the best babies to have.
Make money while you sleeping.
Exactly. And all you gotta do, you being a babysitter, but you set it up right, somebody else will babysit it for you.
That's true too. Yeah. So on the Trump and on y'all people, on y'all Trumpsters and non-Trumpsters, I mean, we need to get together because we live on this planet together.
Right.
And I don't think none of y'all had actually know these upper echelon people, the people that run this planet. So you really can't speak on what they're gonna do, what they doing, and such and such. You can only deal with what's in your face and what's your reality. And they going on about him signing an executive order to back up time, like 1965, I think it was. I can't remember, taking the civil rights.
Oh, yeah.
Revoking the Civil Rights Act and whatnot. And I was like, well, you know what? Until it comes to your door, it's not affecting you. It don't matter what they put on paper.
Right.
Because it's a lot of laws that's on paper and in the books. Ain't nobody enforcing them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So even if it's there, even if it's in black and white, it's not your reality. Not yet anyway.
Okay.
And then once it becomes your reality, what you gonna do? You gonna fight for your freedom, or you gonna sit back and go to the plantation?
Oh, I got one for you. See, this right here is going to show you why in our community that we need to stick together and cut the foolishness out. Because who gonna be the next Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, the next Farrakhan? Because Farrakhan, he been doing his thing, and they've been building.
Yeah,
they've been building. But the thing is, if anybody got their stuff together, I would say Farrakhan got their stuff together. I don't try to get too political because a lot of people don't really like talking about it. But who's going to be the next Farrakhan, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King? Reverend Jesse Jackson.
It's an organizational thing.
Yeah.
See, the Nation of Islam, that's an organization.
Right.
He's just at the head of the organization right now.
Strong organization because they stick together.
Most definitely.
That's why I said our community got to get back together and stick together. You're going to have two sides of that coin. You're going to have the Malcolm X and the Martin Luther Kings.
Right.
Who's going to step up and be that?
So, all right, I'm going to tell you a story. And right after I got out the military, I was still, on that war tip. because we had just got back from Kosovo,
Okay.
and they had a Million Man March. My intentions for going to the Million Man March
Okay.
was at that time police had just started shooting. I think they had shot somebody and wasn't nothing done.
Yeah.
And so I went to the Million Man March anticipating the order of let's F some stuff up.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Got there, I was wrong.
Well,
They
I'm
just
glad you seen a different light on that.
I was wrong in thinking that he was gonna give the order because I was ready.
No. You know what? He did what he's supposed to have did.
Yeah,
In
I
my
guess you could
book,
say.
at how I looked at it
Uh-huh.
at that time.
Yeah, okay.
He did what he's supposed to have did. I can muster these men up. Now, give us what we want, or I'm gonna muster up and start giving them missions now.
Right. Exactly.
You was ready for the mission.
Right.
You just ain't know what the mission was at the time, but you was ready.
Man, that's what I went for.
So he showed he showed you, and he showed them we could get them together.
Yeah, that's true.
And he capable of giving you a mission.
That's right.
All right. What he say all the time, we have to get our house in order. Our women are not following us the way they need to follow us, not like other nationalities. Other nationalities is growing.
That's true. That's always been true.
Yeah.
That's always been the case.
Yeah.
But he has had and probably still do have the authority to make some changes.
He's making changes. You don't see him.
Yeah, that's right. I don't see him. If I don't see him, that means it ain't happening.
Well, that's the thing. The way he have to go about making changes, he can't let the powers that be see what he doing.
I think